Could you give us a fitness update in terms of your squad? Is Ridvan available?
That's not sure yet. So we're going to see tomorrow or even on Sunday to make a decision around that. The rest, everybody is available who was available the last game. So the only three players out is Ryan Jack, Danilo and Oscar Cortes.
Has Ridvan been training this week?
He's been training, but not enough with the team for the moment to be sure that he's in the squad. But he's been training, yes.
Is Abdallah Sima fit enough to start?
He's fit enough to start, but not to play 90 minutes. Depends what part of the game you want him on the pitch. So that's my decision.
And do you have a preference that you hold him on or start with him?
Yes, I have a preference.
Okay then.
You want to know more?
Well, if you want to tell us.
No, I don't think I'm going to do that today.
Fair enough. In terms of the destination of the title, how big is this game?
It's always a big game. It's a 6-point game that we know. We have another one in a few weeks also in that way. But it's not yet a decisive game. So whoever wins is not champion. It's not like that. I'm happy with what I've seen about my team after the last Old Firm. So after that game, we had 11 games until now. We took 30 points out of 33. And we could have took more points in the Motherwell game. So it could have been better than that. And we scored more goals than Celtic in that period and less goals against. So that's really good consistency, but it's not a guarantee for anything. It's a really big step forward, I think, for the period beginning of the season, also my first part of the season, that there have been more consistency, better results, a bigger squad, more people ready to do the job. So I see my team growing month by month, and now this is the next challenge.
Philippe, you said it won't yet be decisive. Of course, there's going to be another Old Firm game within the split,
and a lot of other games also. But because don't forget this, there are still a lot of games to play. Also, not only these two Old Firm games, also in the other games.
I just wanted to ask, in terms of winning on Sunday, do you think it could have a psychological impact on your team, though? The fact that you
my team, not.
No, you don't think it would make a difference?
No.
It would just be in terms of points and then focusing on the rest of the games.
Yes, because this message has been really clear from the beginning, and my team knows. I don't want a team that after a deception stay in the deception, and they've proven that. Not too much, because we didn't have too much deception. And I don't want a team that when they have a euphoria moment and a really good moment, like it was, for example, in Seville, that they stay in that emotion and next game they're not there. Because that's stupid, because then next game you lose the points. So there will not be a difference, whatever the result, but we're going to go full to get the 3 points, of course. That's clear, because it's a 6-point game.
You talked about the 11 league games after the previous meeting, 30 points, nearly maximum. But what are the lessons that you have learned from that game itself, from the last time you played Celtic, just before the new year?
That we didn't grab the moments, and they did. For sure, with their second goal, with an exceptional goal that I didn't see that player do in the rest of the season. So these are the kind of games that you need to grab the moments. It's decided in details. It decided also with players making the difference, not only offensive but also defensive. And to be on top of your game, 90 minutes long, 100 minutes long. I think a really good example was also yesterday when I was watching my old boys who play in Chelsea now against Man U. You see this game was turning side to side several times, scenarios several times during the game, because everybody kept on going. until the last second. And we've proven that also in the past, that we can go through difficult moments, and if the moments are falling our way, that we can keep a result also. So that's what I expect from my players to do in that game.
What do you think you give your players to have that mentality, Philippe, in these moments? Obviously, if a game goes to 100 odd minutes, physically tiring, but how do they stay mentally sharp? What do you give them to be like?
Because we work really hard on our structure, on our discipline, on our tasks, on our confidence also. And it's also about building this month after month with new experiences. So the more experiences we have together, or they have together on the pitch, the better they will get. And it's another good challenge in that way. I see it in this way, and it's about building consistency in a group of players, not in 11 players, but in 28 players. This consistency to do this job every day, to know what they have to do with the ball, without ball, all the movements together, all the reactions together, and to repeat that time after time after time after time. And if you do that, you get consistency, and you get at the end trophies and success. Is it now? Is it later? It comes because the consistency is there, and that results in results.
I know that you won't be thinking anywhere past this game, one game at a time, and all that. But
I'm boring, yeah, I know.
I'm going to bore you. But are you worried about schedule and fixtures? We're seeing Dens Park potentially being unplayable this weekend, and how that may affect the midweek.
It would be a big surprise if it's unplayable, because it was a good pitch I heard a few weeks ago. So no, I'm busy now with the Celtic game, and if I'm busy with that, to arrange other pitches, I'm not busy with that, because that's work for the groundsman and other people to do that. No, I'm only busy with the Sunday game.
Do you know if the club have heard from them at all, Philippe? Just to clear, have the club had any contact with them?
I don't know, because we didn't discuss that. We're only busy with ourselves now and with our own game, because we cannot do anything about that this week, I think.
Yeah.
Philippe, you spoke about the team's mentality at the weekend, and how, compared to when you came into the club, you've not had to reinforce those similar messages. How important is the psychological factor and being psychologically ready for this game compared to when you came in, the growth you've seen alongside the tactical side and the physical side of things?
The team was psychologically ready last time also in December, and that they've proven, even with 10 at the end of the game, to really go hard for the result, and we were really, really close by getting that result, even with 10 players. So, no, the players are ready for that. Already quite a while, not these last few weeks.
Ben Mostly for German TV, ARD. What role do you see right now for your player Leon Balogun? And this upcoming derby is one of the most famous games, even in Germany. How do you feel personally the derby vibe in the city?
About Leon, I'm very happy about him. I didn't have the chance the last couple of weeks to put him more on the field, because I had so much rotation to do with offensive players that were not ready for 90 minutes, that I could not take centre backs in who maybe could play 70 or 80 minutes, and then I had to change. I could not take risk with that. So he was unlucky in that way, but he's been really good in the training. He's been inspiring also for the young players in the building, who are in the squad, who come to train with us, that he's helping in a really good way. So he's been a really good asset for the club, and I'm really happy with him. About this game, yeah, this is a massive game. So walk a little bit around the town next couple of days, and you will see. Ask everybody. So everybody has an opinion about this game.
What's your opinion?
My opinion that it's fantastic to be a manager in this environment. In an environment where everybody is so passionate about football, where everybody loves football, where everybody is living towards this game. It's a nice place to be. So that gives a lot of energy, and as a manager you don't want anything else than that everybody loves football.
Philippe Clement had a big opportunity in the game at Celtic Park. How do you feel he's responded since then? How much of a better place do you think he's in now?
Yeah, but he was in a good place then. He's just scored in Betis, a really important goal to make an historical victory. in what place is Haaland for the moment. So that's life of a striker. You score chances, you are the guy, you miss chances, and then suddenly some people, mostly from outside, they say you're a bad player. It doesn't work that way. So I think Cyril is taking good steps. If I compare the last 5 months, that he's evolving as a player, he's becoming better. I don't see him yet at his best level, what I have in mind with him. I think there are still things to improve, but I've seen already a lot of things that he improved in that period together. And he's scoring also much more goals than he was doing before. So his statistics are quite good for the moment, but it can be better. But it's not only for me about his statistics, about scoring, it's also all the other things he's doing for the team. We talked a lot about that already with you guys last couple of months. I'm not only looking at his goals, I'm looking also what he's been doing for the team, and like this, arranging that we're good as a team defensively also, where he puts a lot of effort in, but also that he gives chances for other players to run in certain spaces or to score goals. So, no, he's in a good way. I think everybody sees a better player than 5 months ago, clearly. So that's the way we need to go with every player.
In terms of midfield, if Callum McGregor is fit for Celtic, from your point of view, how important is it that he is not allowed to dictate play in midfield, which he has done in this fixture?
I don't totally agree that he dominated the play in Celtic Park. There were moments that he was good on the ball, but there were also moments that he was not dominating the game. I think a few of my midfielders were in moments also dominating the game. I see the first game, then it's true, he was dominating, but okay, I don't need to say too much about that. Yeah, he's a very good player, and he's somebody with a lot of quality, who's really good on the ball, and he's very important for their team. So of course it's important to take that strength out of their team. And that's one part you need to do, but it's not only about one player. They have a lot of good players.
Philippe, I'm keen to know what your comments would be towards the Rangers fans ahead of this weekend. We saw Ali McCoist get a little bit of criticism for talking about the new hate crime laws that have come in, and said that he would probably breach them if he was at the game, and that the fans might as well. A little bit controversial, but what would your comments be towards the fans that will be attending the game around that kind of incident?
No, I'm against hate. I'm a positive person, everybody knows. I understand passion of people, that I understand. I think the biggest thing is, for me, around fans in this game, is that I hear some people are talking about our fans, that they can change really fast. So I think that those are people who are, like the last couple of months, not at Ibrox, that didn't see the change that's made by the fans together with the players. So now we have fans who stand behind the team and are busy with that 90 minutes long, all the time. Even when the circumstances don't fall our way, they have believed now in the team. They support the team. And they keep on going until the last second. And a lot of times we achieved to do that and change things. One time not in the league against Motherwell, but still after the game everybody stayed really positive, and that's a really good environment to be a player in. So it's a big step forward, and it's a really important thing, because we are a team who can change things really fast in a game, like for example Chelsea was doing yesterday. In less than 2 minutes scoring 2 goals. We have also this capacity to do that, and the fans believe it now, because they've seen it and they see how much work all the players are doing in the games, and they know also how much work all the players are doing every day in training.
Philippe, the last one from me. When you said earlier you don't think whatever happens in the result will be decisive in terms of who wins the league, but would you accept in terms of the impact it will have on your players, having that 2-point advantage, then potentially 5 when you go to Dundee?
Yeah, but then you make from me a mathematician and not a manager. And maybe you know me too well now that Yeah, it's one of the things I like. That's why I wanted to study for engineer, because I like mathematics and statistics and all those things. But I know football is something else. Football is emotion. Football is changing of scenarios. And not one season has been the same. I'm now more than 30 years in football. And I've seen so many twists and changes. I've been lucky that a lot of times it went my side, but a few times also not. So that's football. And that's also why everybody loves it. That's the charm about football also. So I want my players to be focused, because I know it's the only way to success is to control what you can control. And that's our own performance. So I don't want mathematicians in my dressing room. I want players. I want passionate players who give their best every day for the team. And that's what I've been seeing the last couple of months, and we will continue in that way, whatever result.
Patrick, last one.
Philippe, both fans will be naturally nervous with this game, obviously such a big game in the season. On a personal level, are there any nerves from you heading into the game?
No. No, I love it. No, I'm not nervous. I'm excited about it. I'm looking forward to it. This is something you need to embrace, not to be nervous about. These are great afternoons. I have a lot of confidence in my squad. I have a lot of confidence in our fans. So those are the challenging moments, because you play against a good team who will compete you, who will do their best to beat you. And there will be a lot of quality from both sides. So that's the things you want for your players also. It's the only way also to grow as a player, to have challenges, to have tough games, to play against good opponents. If you make next steps into that, you go to another level. And that's what I want to do with this squad, with this club, with the squad next season, to become better and to raise the level time after time, with a lot of success and maybe some disappointments along the way, because that's also a way to success, to get the good lessons out of that. But I prefer to have success on Sunday, let's be clear about that.